Sumerian tablets are probably one of the oldest form of written record that we have.
Scientists have found a way to unravel the mystery by using artificial intelligence to read the scrolls without opening them. The technology to virtually unwrap ancient scrolls using 3D X-ray has existed for many years.
From creating advanced artificial intelligence systems used to power humanoid robots, to improving the features of automobiles, AI technology has rapidly become a force to be reckoned with in our world. However, in an intriguing exploration, AI technology has made another outstanding breakthrough. This shocking discovery has revolved around ancient human languages that have successfully been deciphered using AI. How did this happen, and what startling secrets could it expose about the history of humans? Join us as we uncover how AI has translated ancient Sumerian texts and revealed terrifying knowledge about human races.
Is an ancient Sumerian cuneiform text, dating back to at least 2000 BC.
Unlocking ancient Sumerian language and culture. Imagine unlocking a treasure chest that history had sealed shut. That's precisely what AI is doing with ancient languages. From the mysterious Danube script, potentially the world's earliest form of writing, to the cryptic marks of Babylon, AI has successfully started to unlock what was once deemed indecipherable. This journey leads to revelations that are not only rewriting our understanding of these civilizations, but also altering the timeline of history itself. With advanced algorithms, researchers have decoded languages older than hieroglyphs and found messages in scripts like the Danube and Babylonian cuneiform. Ancient texts, including the Dead Sea Scrolls and Herculaneum scrolls, were resurrected.
Since they were discovered 250 years ago, the Herculaneum scrolls have defied every attempt to read them. Unravel them and they fall apart, leaving just fragments. But now there's been a breakthrough,
offering glimpses into long-lost cultures. The cuneiform, which happens to be one of the earliest writing systems in human history, has been brought into the spotlight with this discovery. Archaeologists have successfully traced it back to 3400 BC, a whopping 5,400 years ago. The system has also been revealed to have lasted for a pretty long time, over 3,000 years. Researchers have found thousands of texts written in cuneiform in the Sumerian and Akkadian languages. Now, they've trained a neural network that can translate these texts into English effortlessly, but that's just the beginning. The earliest deciphered writing system is generally considered to be Sumerian cuneiform. It was deciphered in the 19th century, primarily through the work of scholars like Henry Rawlinson. The cuneiform emerged in ancient Mesopotamia around 3500 BCE. The decipherment of cuneiform allowed scholars to unlock the secrets of ancient Mesopotamian civilizations, including Sumer and Akkad. This opened the door to understanding important texts like the Epic of Gilgamesh and legal codes like the Code of Hammurabi. The decipherment of cuneiform opened up a vast archive of knowledge about the early civilizations of the Near East. As scholars continue to work on deciphering and translating cuneiform texts, our knowledge of ancient Mesopotamian cultures will likely continue to expand, as will our acquisition of knowledge regarding ancient languages. Sumerian, the intriguing language, happens to be one of the world's oldest known languages, and it has the distinction of being a language isolate, meaning it has no known relatives. It was spoken in ancient Sumer, a region located in the southern part of what is now modern-day Iraq. Sumer, the land which came to be known in classical times as Babylonia, consists of the lower half of Mesopotamia, roughly identical with modern Iraq from north of Baghdad to the Persian Gulf. The land was known as a region with the hand of God against it, an unpromising land seemingly doomed to poverty and desolation. But the people that inhabited it, the Sumerians, as they came to be known by the 3rd millennium BC, were endowed with an unusually creative intellect and a venturesome, resolute spirit. Despite the land's natural drawbacks, they turned Sumer into a veritable Garden of Eden and developed what was probably the first high civilization in the history of man. Due to this change, The Sumerians are credited with establishing one of the world's earliest civilizations around 4500 BCE, and their society flourished until about 2000 BCE. The creativity and knowledge of the Sumerians had been lost and forgotten along with their history until AI technology stepped in and worked its way through the cuneiform system. Both the Akkadian and Sumerian languages used the cuneiform writing system, as did several other languages. But translating the cuneiform system completely has proven to be very challenging and quite the task, regardless of AI technology. The somewhat full decipherment of the cuneiform took over 200 years, from 1802 to 2022, but it has recently been discovered that there is still more to uncover. Scholars gradually worked on deciphering and understanding cuneiform, and after a few eureka moments and a lot of hard work, they finally achieved a good understanding of the cuneiform. But for some researchers, this wasn't enough. They wanted to make translating cuneiform more available, so they turned to artificial intelligence. In recent years, language translations have come a long way.
2023, Brent Seals, a computer scientist at the University of Kentucky, launched the Vesuvius Challenge, a $1 million prize to researchers who could decipher the text on the scans.
And AI is greatly accelerating these trends in automation. AI translations are nearing a watershed moment with some pretty striking achievements. In the new study, Shay Gordon and colleagues from Ariel University described an AI model that can automatically translate Akkadian text written in cuneiform into English. The project began as a thesis project for Gutherdz's master's degree at Tel Aviv University. In May, the team published a research paper in the peer-reviewed PNAS Nexus from the Oxford University Press, describing its neural machine translation from Akkadian to English. Neural machine translation, also used by Google Translate, Baidu Translate, and other translation engines, works by converting words into a string of numbers and uses a complex mathematical formula called a neural network to output a sentence in another language in a more accurate and natural sentence construction than translating word for word. For now, this is only available for this particular language. Not all languages that use the cuneiform script work at the moment, but it's still remarkable. With the translation of the Akkadian language, the secrets of the Sumerians are now out in the open, showing us a remarkable civilization that triumphed regardless of the state they were in during their time. AI is not just resurrecting ancient scripts, it's uncovering political secrets, forbidden rituals, and even challenging historical timelines, presenting a new perspective on our past. Stay tuned, 'cause this next part will blow your mind. Deciphering ancient civilizations' history. In the vast expanse of human history, the written word has been the cornerstone of our understanding of ancient cultures. From the hieroglyphics of Egypt to the cuneiform scripts of Mesopotamia, these encoded messages have long captivated the imaginations of scholars, archaeologists, and history enthusiasts alike. The ability to decipher and interpret these ancient scripts is crucial in unraveling the secrets of civilizations that have long since vanished. One of the most fascinating examples of deciphering an ancient writing system is the case of Samuel Pepys and his famous diary. Pepys, a 17th century English naval administrator and diarist, wrote his diary in a coded shorthand system known as Shelton's tachygraphy. This system effectively concealed the contents of his diary for over a century, until a student named John Smith was tasked with deciphering the text.
In all of American history, there are few figures as colorful and questionable as Captain John Smith. Smith helped establish the first permanent English settlement in America at Jamestown in the early 1600s.
Smith's journey of discovery highlights the challenges and insights that come with cracking the code of an undeciphered script. Just as Pepys's diary was written in a secretive shorthand, many ancient writing systems were purposefully designed to conceal their meanings from outsiders. Cuneiform, the wedge-shaped script of the ancient Near East, was one such system that proved particularly challenging to decipher. And here's where things start to get interesting. The cuneiform script had the peculiar feature of allowing a single word to be spelled in multiple ways, using various combinations of syllabic and logographic signs. This made it difficult for early decipherers to identify proper names, which are often crucial clues in unlocking the meaning of an unknown language. Moving forward, the decipherment of Egyptian hieroglyphs presents another fascinating case study. It was the identification of royal names, such as Ptolemy and Cleopatra, by scholars Thomas Young and Jean-François Champollion that ultimately aided in the breakthrough of understanding this ancient writing system. Similarly, in the decipherment of the Cypriot syllabic script used in ancient Cyprus, the presence of Greek names embedded within the inscriptions provided invaluable insights into the language being recorded. The process of deciphering an undeciphered writing system often involves a combination of linguistic analysis, archaeological evidence, and a keen eye for contextual clues. One of the most effective strategies is the use of bilingual inscriptions, where a text is recorded in both the unknown script and a language that has already been deciphered. By comparing the two versions, scholars can begin to establish the values and meanings of the unfamiliar signs. The famous Rosetta Stone, discovered in 1799, is a prime example of this approach. The stone bears an inscription in 3 scripts: Egyptian hieroglyphs, Demotic, and Greek. By comparing the content of the Greek text, which was already understood, to the hieroglyphic and Demotic versions, Champollion and others were able to decipher the Egyptian writing systems and unlock a wealth of information about the culture and history of ancient Egypt. Similarly, in the case of the Cypriot syllabic script, the presence of bilingual inscriptions featuring both the local script and Greek allowed scholars to determine the phonetic values of the Cypriot signs. This breakthrough paved the way for a deeper understanding of the Indo-Cypriot language, a non-Greek language that was written using the Cypriot syllabic script during the first millennium BCE. The journey of deciphering Samuel Pepys's coded diary and the insights it provides into the challenges of working with undeciphered scripts serve as a powerful analogy for the work of archaeologists and linguists in unraveling the secrets of the past. Just as Pepys's shorthand concealed the contents of his writings, ancient civilizations often deliberately encoded their messages, whether for reasons of security, religious significance, or cultural exclusivity. But that's not all. The ability to decipher ancient scripts is not merely an academic exercise. It is a crucial tool in unlocking the stories of long-forgotten cultures and civilizations. Archaeologists and linguists who can interpret these coded messages can piece together a more comprehensive understanding of the social, political, and religious dynamics that shaped the ancient world. Beyond the ancient Mediterranean, the decipherment of scripts such as Maya hieroglyphs and Indus Valley seals has shed light on the rich cultural heritage of Mesoamerica and the Indus Valley region, respectively.
The ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro is one of the first urban centers in human history. Nestled in southern Pakistan's Indus River Valley, Mohenjo-Daro is the largest and best preserved city of the Indus civilization.
Each successful decipherment unlocks a new chapter in the grand narrative of human history, allowing us to better understand the diverse ways in which our ancestors communicated, organized their societies, and expressed their beliefs. The exploration of secret languages and ancient scripts is not only a fascinating academic pursuit, but also a crucial aspect of the study of archaeology and cultural heritage. By cracking the code of these enigmatic writing systems, scholars can uncover the hidden stories and perspectives of civilizations that have long since vanished, enriching our understanding of the human experience across the ages. The task of deciphering ancient scripts is an ongoing and ever-evolving process, as discoveries and technological advancements continue to challenge and refine our understanding of the past. With each successful decipherment, the doors to previously inaccessible realms of human history are open, inviting us to explore the diverse cultures and belief systems that have shaped the world we inhabit today. As we delve deeper into the coded messages of ancient scripts, we are reminded of the enduring power of the written word to preserve and transmit the knowledge, traditions, and experiences of our ancestors. The journey of decipherment is not only a scholarly pursuit, but also a testament to the human drive to uncover the mysteries of the past and to honor the legacies of those who came before us. By following in the footsteps of pioneering scholars and decipherers, we can continue to unlock the secrets of the ancient world, and in doing so, gain a deeper appreciation for the richness and complexity of human civilization. The Lost Kingdoms website is committed to exploring these fascinating topics in archaeology and ancient history, inviting readers to embark on a journey of discovery and to unravel the coded messages of the past. Keep watching, because this next part is sure to keep you on the edge of your seats. The first writing system to ever be made. The earliest writing we know of dates back to around 3000 BCE and was probably invented by the Sumerians, living in major cities with centralized economies in what is now southern Iraq. The earliest tablets with written inscriptions represent the work of administrators, perhaps of large temple institutions, recording the allocation of rations or the movement and storage of goods. Temple officials needed to keep records of the grain, sheep, and cattle entering or leaving their stores and farms, and it became impossible to rely on memory. So, an alternative method was required, and the very earliest texts were pictures of the items scribes needed to record, known as pictographs. Writing, the recording of a spoken language, emerged from earlier recording systems at the end of the 4th millennium. The first written language in Mesopotamia was called Sumerian. Most of the early tablets come from the site of Uruk in southern Mesopotamia, and it may have been here that this form of writing was invented. These texts were drawn on damp clay tablets using a pointed tool. It seems the scribes realized it was quicker and easier to produce representations of such things as animals, rather than naturalistic impressions of them. They began to draw marks in the clay to make up signs, which were standardized so they could be recognized by many people, but it didn't end there. From these beginnings, cuneiform signs were put together and developed to represent sounds, so they could be used to record spoken language. Once this was achieved, ideas and concepts could be expressed and communicated in writing. Cuneiform is one of the oldest forms of writing known. It means wedge-shaped, because people wrote it using a reed stylus cut to make a wedge-shaped mark on a clay tablet. Letters enclosed in clay envelopes, as well as works of literature such as the Epic of Gilgamesh, have been found. Historical accounts have also come to light, as have huge libraries such as that belonging to the Assyrian king, Ashurbanipal. Cuneiform writing was used to record a variety of information, such as temple activities, business, and trade. Cuneiform was also used to write stories, myths, and personal letters. The latest known example of cuneiform is an astronomical text from 75 CE. During its 3,000-year history, cuneiform was used to write around 15 different languages, including Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, Assyrian, Elamite, Hittite, Urartian, and Old Persian. Now, believed to be placed somewhere in a British museum, the department's collection of cuneiform tablets is among the most important in the world. It contains approximately 130,000 texts and fragments and is perhaps the largest collection outside of Iraq. The centerpiece of the collection is the Library of Ashurbanipal, comprising many thousands of the most important tablets ever found. The significance of these tablets was immediately realized by the library's excavator, Austin Henry Laird, who wrote that they were furnished with materials for the complete decipherment of the cuneiform character, for restoring the language and history of Assyria, and for inquiring into the customs, sciences, and literature of its people. However, the Library of Ashurbanipal stands as the oldest surviving royal library in the world. British museum archaeologists discovered more than 30,000 cuneiform tablets and fragments at his capital, Nineveh, which is modern Kuyunjik. Alongside historical inscriptions, letters, administrative and legal texts, thousands of divinatory, magical, medical, literary, and lexical texts. This treasure house of learning has held unparalleled importance to the modern study of the ancient Near East ever since the first fragments were excavated in the 1850s. However, the decipherment of cuneiform began in the 18th century as European scholars searched for proof of the places and events recorded in the Bible. Travelers, antiquaries, and some of the earliest archaeologists visited the ancient Near East, where they uncovered great cities such as Nineveh, but there's more. They brought back a range of artifacts, including thousands of clay tablets covered in cuneiform. Scholars began the incredibly difficult job of trying to decipher these strange signs, representing languages no one had heard for thousands of years. Gradually, the cuneiform signs representing these different languages were deciphered thanks to the work of several dedicated people. Confirmation that they had succeeded came in 1857. The Royal Asiatic Society sent copies of a newly found clay record of the military and hunting achievements of King Tiglath-Pileser I to 4 scholars: Henry Creswick Rawlinson, Edward Hincks, Julius Oppert, and William H. Fox Talbot. They each worked independently and returned translations that broadly agreed with each other. This was accepted as proof that cuneiform had been successfully deciphered, but there are still elements that we don't completely understand, and the study continues. In a final step, the decipherment of the trilingual Behistun inscription was completed by Henry Rawlinson and Edward Hincks. Edward Hincks also discovered that Old Persian is partly a syllabary, and in 2023 it was shown that automatic high-quality translation of cuneiform languages like Akkadian can be achieved using natural language processing methods with convolutional neural networks. What we have been able to read, however, has opened up the ancient world of Mesopotamia and other ancient civilizations that existed way before us. It has not only revealed information about trade, building, and government, but also great works of literature, history, and everyday life in the region. Thanks to this discovery, we now have an idea of how life used to be back then, and hopefully, with time, the cuneiform would successfully be completely deciphered. While AI translation is improving, it's not yet perfect. Researchers acknowledge that AI may struggle with nuances and context, but it can often accurately identify the genre and overall content of a text. The current approach involves a collaboration between AI and human scholars, with AI handling the initial translation and humans refining and interpreting the results. As unlikely as this collaboration might seem, it has proven to be the most effective method in this new venture back to the past. Thanks to AI technology, ancient history is slowly being unraveled. Will this lead to a complete deciphering of history, or will AI fail to successfully solve every mystery embedded in history? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You will enjoy it.